Hello, welcome back to a nighttime video. I can't remember where I left off, but I got some stuff done today. I've been still kind of fighting the blues a little bit. Not too bad, but a little bit. And I got what's called a Max Air fan in here, and I haven't cleaned it in the 3 years or so that I've been living. It hasn't been cleaned about 3 years, I guess I should say. I didn't put it into, when I first was getting into this, I didn't have it in right away. Or did I? No, I didn't. I don't know, I've had so much going on in my life in the last few years, it's hard to keep track of everything. So anyway, I took that apart. It was so dirty from a few years of running it. All the blades had all that dirt and gunk on them. So I took an Allen wrench and took the blade off and cleaned it all up really good. So I cleaned the screen on it and everything. So it's got nice airflow now. I had my house battery was shot and it kept dropping to 10 volts, 10.6 volts. Even when the solar would kick in to try to charge it, the minute you disconnected, the solar would drop right down to 10.6 volts right away. So, pretty sure it's shot. I'm gonna look at it yet and see maybe if I put. I gotta check and see what the water level is on it. And if the water level's low, I'll try adding to that, and then and if I add to that, I'll try charging it again and see what it does, but I got a feeling it's shot. I've been using it for at least two years now, I'd say. 2 to 3 years. So, but the other one that I had in here, because I had a backup one when I had problems with it before and had to switch out and get another one. Before I got a charge controller, because the normal charging system that would charge it when you're driving wasn't working properly. And anyway, it wasn't working properly, so I thought I'd just cut through holiday here. Nate's out front. Nate doesn't see me. Waving at Dave. So pickup truck camper here. We're gonna be going by it right now. He's got a slide out. It's a good place to do it though, because it draws attention normally, slide outs out, but he's right up by those trees there, so you don't even notice it. Smart thinking. Yeah, the store's open for another hour, but I really don't need nothing in there. So I'm wanting to get when I can afford it, I've been trying to, every now and then, I don't drink pop like I used to, but I still crave it. So, and I normally get the 6-pack bottles of either like Coke or Mellow Yellow, because they were on sale they had them reduced at Walmart for $4 and something, but now they raised them up to 5 something, and I have not bought them since they went up. back in here tonight. Against the curb. Gotta see where I'm at for level wise here. Not bad at all. I'm a little bit nose down, but very very little. So it's only a couple of degrees off, so that ain't bad at all. Well, yeah, so my, since the battery dumped out, and I had the other one in here, I had problems before with the engine part not charging the house battery properly. It would run my battery level down on the house battery. Well, lead acid batteries, if you don't know about them, after you don't want to run them below 50%. If you run them below 50% energy, it wrecks the battery a lot quicker. Well, both these batteries went down below 50%. And so in between rotating them while I was trying to figure out the problem, and I ended up getting another, this was back quite a ways, had gotten a, it's either 40 or 60 watt solar panel that I put in my other window back here by the Dynet booth. And then I hooked that to the battery that I had in here when I had got a new battery and switched it out. And I can't remember if I rotated them again or not at one point. I feel like I did, like when I was still working on the problem. So I can't remember. I think I only did it, let me think. So if I rotated it once and I rotated it again, that would mean this was the newer, then I had the newer battery in here that wasn't, I think was in better shape. And then I kept that on a separate solar panel that kept it always charged and trickle charge, full charge all the time. Well, now that this battery crapped out, or it looks like it might have crapped out, I pulled it out and I took that other battery that I'd had in here the whole time for a backup, and I put that in. So far it looks like it's doing pretty good. We'll see. I mean, the other one was, like I said, it would dump just 10 volts right away, 10.5 volts. This one, as soon as I hooked it up, it had like 12.5 or 12.7 in it, and the sun was still out a little bit, so as soon as I got it hooked up and turn on the charge controller and stuff, it jumped up to like 13.4, 13.5 or something like that until the sun got lower and lower. And last I looked at it, it was still at like 12.6 or something like that. So it's doing good so far. So we'll see. I wanted to get it switched out because as spring gets here, if we get the nicer weather when it gets hotter, I need that battery to run that Max Air fan that I have on the roof, because that Max Air fan uses low energy, but it on high speed it moves 900 cubic feet per minute. So it, it's like a little jet turbine. It actually moves some air pretty quick. So if I have it venting out, not only does it in the summer, since heat rises, not only does it suck the hottest stuff up high out, but because it's sucking out so quick, if I have the windows open, it draws air in, so then you get a nice airflow. But I only got one of them. Eventually, once I'm back on my feet or got income going again and I can afford it, eventually at one point I'd like to get a second one to put where the bathroom vent is, because that one, well, it had the old camper fan vent in it, but that quit working a while back, and so it's just a normal vent. But I'd like to pull that one out and put in another Max Air fan, because then I could have like this one exhausting out and the other one I could have sucking in, and it would just really create a nice airflow, keep it a lot cooler in here. And they're really low on energy. So unless it gets super hot, it still helps when you got airflow though. It makes a big difference when you got airflow. If it's still air and it's hot, it can get really rough in here. because campers really are like a little oven box. You can have a 70 to 80 degree day at Fahrenheit, and it'll be 109 degrees in here, you know. So, unless you got the fans going. If you didn't have no fans going like that, yeah, it'll or the windows shut and stuff, yeah, it'll jump up to like 106, 109 real quick in here. And plus it just feels more humid, stuffy air or that. But once you get stuff opened up and flowing, that's all right. Now, if I'm driving, I normally don't have my side windows open back there. If I do, I only crack them a little bit, because otherwise you get some pretty strong winds coming through there. You know, and it wants to start blowing the shades or stuff around. And, you know, I'm by myself, so if it starts getting too crazy, I can't just close them. Or if all of a sudden it starts pouring rain or something, if a storm shows up or something. Yeah, so when I'm driving, I don't really have the back windows open unless they're just cracked a little bit, maybe, if it's a hot day. But otherwise, I just keep them closed, and I have the fan going. I keep the back vent open, and then I have the front vent open and the fan going, so that way it's circling air, and then I can roll down the window up here, you know, to let air flow through. I don't know how I got on that subject. Probably because I did all that work today cleaning it all out, that's why. So I got quite a bit accomplished today. And when I switched out the batteries, you know, of course they get the corrosion on them from being hooked to a battery for a while, so I cleaned up all my cable connections and stuff before I put the new one in. There's part of me that wanted to be lazy, though. A part of me wanted to be lazy and just put the new one in and crank it down right away, but I didn't. I did it the right way. Before I even put the new one in, I got my little vacuum cleaner out and vacuumed out any dirt in there and stuff inside the battery compartment, and I cleaned up I cleaned up all the connections first, and then I went and got my vac and sucked up all the loose crud in there to make it cleaner in the battery compartment. And then I put it in. Then even the old battery, before I put it back in here, I'm sitting back in the back on the kitchen floor right now on a piece of cardboard. But before I even brought it in here, I got my broom out and swept that all off and turned it sideways, and the little crevices, used the vacuum on that too to try to get any dirt and crud out so it ain't coming out in here. I'm sure if anybody's seen me, they're probably wondering, like, why is he cleaning that old battery? Because I don't want the dirt inside. And I'm glad I had a piece of cardboard from, you know, I get the 32 packs of Aquafina water. And the cardboard that's on the bottom, I had one of those in here. I'm glad I had it, because it worked out good. I was able to lay it on the floor, so when I bought the battery, I could just set it on that and slide it over. So that way the battery, in case there's battery acid on the battery, that it's on the cardboard, not on my floor or something. So don't get on any of my carpet or linoleum. Huh. Not a bad little tree truck there. It's got the boom claw for picking up brush and logs and stuff, short logs and stuff. I used to do a lot of tree trimming with my karate master, and we didn't have big equipment like that. When we did it, we got pretty smart with it. Like when I had my pickup truck, we'd use my pickup truck, and then we'd either hire somebody to come pick it up with the brush and stuff up with that, or depending on how the job went, if they wanted the wood and they just wanted to get rid of all the brush, well then we'd just stack the brush in my truck and keep cutting up, stomping it down, and bring it to the dump. Yeah, we did it all out of a pickup truck. Pickup truck, couple of chainsaws, pole saw, some rakes, some tarps, some hedge trimmer clipper stuff, and yeah, we'd go around and make some money. Enough to live on, you know, and stuff. Live and enjoy life a little bit. We didn't make, like, you know, we didn't become no millionaires or nothing. Not yet, anyway. A little too old to be tree trimming now. Now I gotta do stuff from the ground. I never really climbed. A couple times just, but I didn't like climb and cut and all that stuff. I always climbed a couple times for running lines and stuff. I'm glad I could have done it, but I'm glad I didn't. I know how to do it though, and I know how to do different cuts and stuff, but yeah. And my body's getting too old. I mean, I could still force my body to do a lot of that physical stuff. Just like the foundry, my body could still work at the foundry, but I could feel it changing my body. And there's things I want to see in this country yet. I don't know how I'm going to pull it off yet. I gotta see where we're at here. Yeah, they're in this. I guess we'll go into the next video about what I want to do. Thanks for watching. God bless you. We'll see you in the next one.